Oh, there we go. Good morning, everybody. I toast to you and all you do. I hope you're having a fantastic morning. So, I was perusing through some social media this morning. It was one of those little "What's your goddess" thing. So, I clicked it, and it was funny. So, the first time I clicked it, I got Hecate, however you say it. I was like, that's kind of weird. But as I clicked on it and it paused, it went to a new screen and then it started over again. So I was like, okay, I'll try it again. I don't normally do them. It's just whatever. So I clicked it and I got an interesting goddess. I got Asherah, and it's funny because in my brain I keep wanting to call her Ashanti. They're not the same. Who knows, maybe. But anyway, so I got Asherah. Now this is a goddess that we don't hear about very often. And I think part of the reason we don't hear about her very often is because she was a Canaanite goddess and an Israelite goddess. And we don't really talk about goddesses from the Israelites because, well, we know them as the Jewish people, and they are monotheistic. They don't believe in a goddess. But originally, when they left Egypt and they came to the Promised Land, they did have a goddess. Yahweh came down from the mountain with his partner, Asherah. There are many, many mentions of her in the Bible, at least older Bibles, Hebrew Bibles. Once we start translating the Bible again and again, her name gets changed, but we'll get into that. So, she is one of the more ancient goddesses, obviously. She is pre all of that. She came with the Israelites. You even see her in Egypt as a triple goddess. She is associated with the cow from there. She wears the same horns like the other goddess who has the horns. See, I wrote all of these notes down, but that was not one of them because I was like, I'll remember her name. Anyways, so the cow goddess. So they are associated together, but not the same. She is a triple goddess. And they see her plaque with all three. Let's see. I have paper. I have notes. So in Egypt, her name would have read Kadeshu Astarte Anut. So she is all of those aspects into one. Scholars show that she was worshipped not only by the Israelites, but also the Canaanites as the mother goddess, as the queen goddess, the queen of heaven, the mother of all. She is also associated with water. She is said to have walked on water. She who can walk on water. She who has conquered the sea serpent, the sea dragon. She's associated with snakes and being able to, almost like a soothsayer, I guess, and that she can maintain the chaos. She can tame the chaos. So you often see her depicted with a snake in one hand. She's also associated with day. One of her many epithets is Queen of the Day. So she's not a nighttime goddess. She's not a dark goddess. She's not any of those things. She's a bright goddess. She is known for coming down from heaven with Yahweh and bringing this beautifulness to the world. She was worshipped by the women all throughout Israel. And even in the Hebrew Bible, it says, Jeremiah 44:19, when we burned incense to the Queen of Heaven and poured out drink offerings to her, did not our husbands know that we were making cakes impressed with her image and pouring out drink offerings to her? Now it's in the Old Testament, and these are, she was honored by women. They find all over Israel, the archaeologists find little statues of her made out of wood. She's associated with trees and the forest and the grove. In fact, in our modern translations of the Bible, like in the King James Version of the Bible, the reason we don't see her name is because when it's translated from, always gets me, when it's translated from Aramaic to Hebrew and then into Greek and then into English. They change it along the way, and so Asherah becomes grove or tree. There's another passage of the Bible where it talks about when her demise was, when they stopped worshiping her, is because she laid down under the tree and gave herself away, pretty much. This is also when, about that time period, when the Hebrew word kadishtu, probably not saying that anywhere close, but originally it was translated as priestess. Now it's translated as prostitute. And so all of these temple priestesses became temple prostitutes because it was believed that the reason Yahweh or Jehovah let Jerusalem be destroyed is because of Asherah's infidelity. She made Yahweh so jealous that he was so focused on what she was doing that he couldn't mind his business and keep his people safe. So she was kind of blamed, and at that time all of her temples were destroyed. Anywhere where her carvings were changed into trees. She kind of took on this manifestation of trees, and it's funny because there is that little, like, all of the women were like, I'm still going to pray to her, we're just going to call her a tree. And so you did see some of the little idols stay in people's homes for longer, and her name is mentioned over 40 times throughout the Bible. So it's not like she completely disappeared. The Israelites did a really good job of destroying the Canaanites and getting rid of all of what they said. So a lot of Asherah's information, I'm sure, was also destroyed with that. So that's why we don't see her very often. But she is this mother goddess. She is this goddess of the woods. She is almost like the daytime version of Diana. So you have Diana, who is the moon goddess of the hunt and the night, and she's a mother, but a protector and like that youthful warrior mother. And Asherah walks in the day and tames the animals and soothes the seas and calms and brings peace to the land. And so she is that, like, that yin and yang, or that opposite, even the opposite of Yahweh, where Yahweh was, or El, another name for him is El, but where he is this grand God, and he is this powerful leader, she is the softer side of that. She brings that soothing. She helps people to, bring fertility and happiness and prosperity to the land. But in this, like, calm, she's just like, I don't know, that's just how I kind of feel about her. So that was just an interesting thing that I came across this morning. And as I was pulling out my research on her and my information on her and then looking up some new stuff, I was like, you know what, I'm just going to share this information. Why not share this? If you're interested in a really cool documentary that actually talks about Asherah a lot, and is where I heard about her first, it's called The Bible's Buried Secrets with Francesca Stravacopoulou. I tried. She's an amazing archaeologist. I love what she says about it. This documentary is amazing. It's got 3 episodes. It talks all about the Bible and looking at it from a non-biblical archaeological perspective. So that's one of the problems that I find with a lot of archaeological evidence, is that the people who are going out doing it are the church, are devout Catholics, are people who are looking to fulfill their bias. They're not going out looking for history. They're looking for the whatever. They're looking for Jesus. And if you're looking for something specific, as we all know, you're not going to find it, or you're only going to find what it is that you're looking for. You're not going to find other things, is what I mean. You're just going to find what fits your bias. So a lot of times when I'm reading through archaeological evidence or reading through research stuff, I'm like, this is so colored by this person's opinions that it's hard for them to believe that these people would do this in any way different. So I really enjoy her archaeological research because she is not a Christian. I assume she's an atheist. That's what the rumors say, like when people talk smack about her. Who knows? Maybe who knows? Whatever. I don't care what religion she is. She's an amazing archaeologist who shares really amazing information, just a different perspective. She talks about how Adam and Eve were actually this King Adam who lived in, I want to say, Persia, Palestine, somewhere over there, one of the earlier kings in that time. And he didn't do a very good job at taking care of his kingdom, and he let his queen persuade him to do some things that hurt the people, and side with Persia and some other, like, some weird kingdom things. But the people believed that it was her fault, and he listened to her, and therefore the people cast them out and destroyed their kingdom. And so she hypothesizes that the Adam and Eve story is not the first people, but is the story of this king and queen, and how they were pushed out, and how they did their people wrong. And so some of the things are changed and whatnot, but it's an amazing documentary, the whole thing. There is a whole episode on Asherah where she goes and she finds her name in the Bible, and she talks about the little figurines that people are finding all over the place. There's also some evidence that's disappeared, surprise, surprise, that was very conclusive. I think it was found in the 70s, but it shows Yahweh and Asherah. It has them together on one pot or one piece of something, but then it disappeared, and it was supposed to be at the Egypt thing, and then somebody else was like, no, it's at the Jewish temple, and then nobody knows what happened to it. So it's one of those things. It's one of those sad things about history, is how quickly things can just disappear, and then we really don't know. So it's a great thing. Check it out. If you know anything about Asherah, or you call to Asherah, share your information. I'd love to learn more about her. I love her imagery with the snake, and some of the imagery is like she's conquering the situation. But other ones, she's like holding the snake, and she's like, I have become one with the snake, which the snake is one of my power animals, so I'm kind of drawn to her in that way. So, learning about a new goddess. The thing is that there's, all of the energies that we can find naturally on the earth, you can find in a divine representation. And some gods are going to hold more than one divine representation. We have some that are really specific. You have the goddess of doors. I can't remember what her name is right now, but you have the goddess of doors and pathways, and that's it. She rules over doors and pathways. But then you have these other gods like Asherah, who is a queen goddess, and she birthed, that's the other thing I forgot to mention. She is the mother of all the goddesses. So it said that she had 77 or 88 children, which was just crazy in the whole scheme of numerology and master numbers and the number of constellations in the sky. And all of these just kind of, numbers fascinate me. That's a whole other lesson. Because when I start talking about numbers, I get crazy, like, I have a notebook where I tested out the whole 9 thing and multiplied and did everything by 9. And so it just looks like one of those, like, you're like, what was this person doing? They just didn't, all the ways that you can use 9 in any way. And then bringing it back down to 9. You could do 9 times 9 times 9 times 9 times 9 times, or whatever, over and over and over again, 9th to the nth degree. And still, if you added up all of the numbers numerologically, they would equal 9. Okay, that's why we only get to 9. It's amazing. The numbers are amazing. So that'll be another lesson. But we'll pull out some fairy cards now. It's funny, I should just get rid of the book. I don't ever use the book. I mean, I guess very rarely do I use the book. Sometimes I like the affirmations that are in there, but I think that the cards themselves speak for themselves. They're really, I don't know, I like this one. It says happily ever after. It's just happy in the valley in the future, whatever. So I just kind of use the pictures and then my guides to guide me and to tell me what the card is saying. I have to make a new bag. Sorry, I'm picking fluff off my cards. But yeah, how sad my bag is. It's like 20 years old. It's like a blue fake suede. At least it used to be. It's totally falling apart. So I'm going to have to, it's one of my projects. I got a lot of projects. And not a lot of time. So Yeah, the whole Asherah thing this morning was funny. It was such a random thought. And I was like, oh, we have to share this. We have to do this. Sometimes I wish you could talk back to me. Do this live? I don't know. Oh, breaking free. So today, we're going to break free from. So breaking free can kind of be in two ways. One, we can break free from our past, things that are holding us down, things that are holding us back, the chains that tie us down. But it can also be breaking free into stepping into something new, expanding into the outward world, like, I'm going out. The thing is it's stop being inside and get out. Look at how happy she is. She's just like, oh, I'm out here free in the universe. And that's what it's about. It's about getting out, about releasing. Sometimes we get too stuck in our ways. We get too trapped in doing the same thing every day, or trapped in the thought that we have to do that same thing, otherwise we're not going to succeed. And we need to break away from that. I mean, routines are great. Routines really help you to be productive and maintain and do all of that stuff. What I'm talking about is like on a grander scale. We get stuck like, I have to go to the same job every day. I have to do it in this way. This is the way that everybody else does it, so that's the way that I have to do it. And that's not true. You can definitely break away from that. You can break out of the mundane. You can find success in things that are different. You just have to do it. You have to make that step. Oh, here's this card again. Parenting and children. Oh my God, that's so freaking funny. My mom is literally calling me right this second. So funny. Okay, so I'm going to finish this reading and then I'll call her back. But oh my God, that's funny. I'm not even going to. We're going to set that aside. Like, that's like, hey, your mom's going to call. Oh, vacation. So in this one, we have the parrot and we have her, and she's got these moth wings. So vacation, again, like this breaking free, it's not necessary. I mean, literally, yes, go take a vacation, take a break, move away from what you're doing for a little bit. But see how foreign it is? Like, she's got that parrot, and she's like just different. She's obviously like just from somewhere. This is a fairy from somewhere else. And so just go out and experience something new. Find a break free. Oh, can you see the theme? So when people are like, how do you believe in this stuff? And this is why, okay? So our cards are so together. Environmental awareness. You know what the cards are saying. Look at this. This is, sometimes the fairies are so literal. I just can't get over it. We have breaking free, vacation, environmental awareness. I don't feel like it takes a brain surgeon or a master of the oracle cards to figure out what the fairies are telling us. It's time to take a break. It's time to go out into nature, look around you, take a break, find that time, whatever it may be, make a plan for this weekend. Anything that you need, even if it's just for a little bit, an hour. Go outside, take a break. Okay? So, sometimes the fairies are really literal, like your mom is calling. It's just too funny to me. That's why I love the fairies. That's why I won't get rid of this deck, is because we have a really literal relationship. So, today, the fairies call to all of you and to me and to everybody and everywhere to take a break, go out, look at the trees, hug a tree, maybe call to Asherah, see what nature has to hold for you. And remember that you can break out of the mundane, even if it's just for a minute, even if it's just that vacation to say 5 minutes, I'm going to go outside and I'm going to stand under a tree and I'm going to break out of this mundane and I'm going to look at this tree and these birds, and then I'm going to pick up a piece of trash to say thank you to the tree. And then have a great day. And that's it. That's all it has to be. Or plan a vacation, go camping, do something big. So I encourage you today to listen to the fairies. Go out, have some fun, see nature, connect with Asherah under a tree. So, many blessings to all of you. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will see you soon. Don't forget to like and subscribe and,